Well, y'all, I'm out here gonna halfway do another update on my garden. As you can see, my perpetual spinach, my hollyhocks right there, and look at this. Isn't that a beautiful plant right there? Even though the bugs have gotten to some of it. I did dust it, but look, this is the problem you have with greens. You end up with these little bitty creepy crawlers on them. And they will eat your leaves up. So I got to spray that with pepper spray. Trying to get that other one off. But you know what? I'm just going to break that leaf off because they kind of eat it up anyway, see? That's good to put in your compost, so that's what I'll do with that one. But yeah, that's the problem you have with growing greens. But you can always use those leaves in your compost. And I'm glad I came out here and caught that because I sprayed them the other day and it started growing really good. And these have got on it since then, so they need to be sprayed again. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Put this leaf right down in the bucket and come back to it later. But look at my roses. I did get around to mowing. I finished mowing finally. But this stuff is in the shade, so it's going to come out a little dark. But there's my little rose bush there. It survived. And look at that one. I love it. That's one of the very first rose bushes I planted years ago. And it's been trimmed and trimmed so many times. And if you trim them, they thicken up. You know, they'll put out more limbs and the bush will thicken up. So usually after they quit blooming and freezing weather time is when I trim them back. I trim them back to about 2 or 3 feet to the ground. And there's the other one. And there's little Lucky. He just had his breakfast. I guess he's coming to thank me. He's rubbing all over my legs. And there comes little Buddy. They heard me talking. Yeah, they heard me talking. They heard me talking and had to come look. Had to come say good morning because they don't take time to do nothing when I put their food bowl out. They eat. They don't care what else is going on around them. They just want to get close and hang out with you. And there's my burn pile. I got to get all of that stuff burnt. I might do that this evening or later on today. But my roses, I love them. But they're native to Texas, so they take very little water to survive. And I still got 2 little ones here, you know, that we rooted. I just hope that they survive and come back in the spring. And my clematis is trying to bloom up here. This gets more sun than any of it. So it's kind of harder to get this part to, or this trellis to look good in the heat. Well, I've tried to put that sprig up there on that. There, now it's staying there. Oh, and I've done it again. I got to come out here and cut the okra. Look at this. I'm twisting it off, y'all. I meant to come out here, what was it, yesterday and do this. Lucky's trying to lay on my foot. If I don't do this now, I won't get it done, y'all. So I'm going to see if I can go ahead and break this okra. Must have been a frog jumped over there because the cat jumped after him. Some of it's okay to eat. Some of it I left on here too long. I really need a knife. But you can twist it and get it off without breaking the stalk. But I should have got out here the other day like I was saying, and I should have got it. And I didn't. A lot of it's still okay. Didn't get that big, but some of it is. It gets tough when it gets big. And you need to get the big ones off so the little ones can grow. Just remember to get the little ones before they get too big. Gotta empty my hands. I got my hands full of okra. They're sliding off of the rock. I got one in it. It's being stubborn, but I got it. I think I got all of them. All of them that are big enough to worry about. Whew. But I'll show you the ones I got. See that pile of okra? I'll come back with a bowl later and pick it up. But at least it's off of the bush so the little ones can grow now. And I'm going to try to catch the other ones as soon as they're big enough. I got little bell peppers coming on here. It's going to have quite a few of them. And here's my Hungarian. I think these are the Hungarian purple peppers. See how they are purple? And I need to pick them. I need to come out here and pick them. And keep the morning glory out of it. Morning glory's been a problem. And see my catnip come back up? I planted it in a pot in here last year, and it looked like all of it died in the pot, so I pulled the pot out. But then I had sprigs of it coming back from the bottom of the tote this year. So now I got catnip in with my onions. And there's my collard green, my collard plants. They're not quite big enough yet to transplant, but I got to go ahead and fix those buckets around there to where I can transplant my collards when they're big enough. They're almost, some of them are almost big enough right now to transplant, so I got to get busy. And I got another tub of onions. I got onions here, but I got a pepper plant fell over on it because, look at that big pepper. It's weighting it down. Let's see. I need to get that. There. I need something to prop it up a little bit. But at least some of the weight of it is off of it. So it's not touching the dirt. And I got red bell peppers here. I guess they turned, these are the red ones, and this one hadn't had time to turn yet. See, they come on green, and it's full of them. Look at it. Bell peppers, y'all. But I'm going to have to come back with a bowl and pick these red ones. And I got purple kale here. And look at this. I've been keeping my plants watered, my watermelon, just to see what would happen. And look at there. I got another watermelon right there. And I got more coming on it. The other ones don't look too good, but look at there. Even though it don't look good and it's tiny, it's putting out another little watermelon. See that little watermelon? That's the individual watermelon right there. I need to come out here and put some compost tea on it. I don't know about this one. It's got blooms that I see. Yeah, it's got a couple of blooms right there, but I don't know if it's going to produce a watermelon. It did, the one there, but it didn't get mature and it's turned yellow, so I'm leaving it. Probably need to pick it up and put it in the compost though, hadn't I? Oh, my banana trees. Some of the bigger leaves have turned kind of brownish because they got burnt from the sun, but they're living. I still got my 2 banana trees, and I put some of that banana plant food to them, and since they were put in the ground, they're really growing. Let me put my bell pepper over here. Look at that. Hanging out in the garden. Put my bell pepper up here with my okra. I'll come back and get it. Look, I got to pick jalapenos. Look at these jalapenos. I got to pick them. I got jalapenos everywhere. And I noticed I had a couple of green tomatoes that have come on the bushes. I started holy basil right there. So hopefully I'll have at least one holy basil plant. I've got cilantro in this one coming up. But see, my tomato plants are still looking halfway decent, and they got blooms. So we'll see if I get any more. Look at this bell pepper. It's waiting it over. Probably need to pick that. Here's another jalapeno plant. It's got peppers on it. My yellow turnips, I'm hoping they'll make pretty soon. I had to put more dirt in them because I just didn't have enough dirt. And see, I do have little green tomatoes. There's a couple of peppers here. And here is these. They're like banana peppers, but I'll tell you what, they're hot. They are hot. Yeah, I'm getting bugs on these again, so I got to spray them again. Some of the holes were before I sprayed them before, so. And see, this tomato plant's got blooms all over it. And some of them will have time to mature and ripen before cold weather. And the ones that don't, you know, I'll have to make chow chow. And here's another one of these hot pepper plants. Look at that. That one turned kind of an orange color. And that one did too. Got more rose bushes around here. And look at that beautiful one. My peppermint. And there's my green stalk. I got orange peppers, green peppers, red peppers. They're all bell pepper too. I like the different color peppers because some are a little sweeter than the others. And they look colorful in a salad when you put different colors in. And look at here at my radishes. My carrot, yeah, those are the carrots on this side. They're growing. I just hope they mature. You can see a bunch of them back there on the back side. And my volunteer tomato plant, look how big it's gotten. And it's full of blooms, y'all. And it's got little tomatoes. There's one right there. But it is full of blooms. And I don't know what kind of tomato plant it is because it was a volunteer. So, and it looks like it might be a grape tomato. Because see how the blooms are clumped? Kind of like a grape. A clump of grapes. See, every one of them is clumped, so I know it's a grape tomato. But they're good. My other walking onions, my perpetual spinach, garlic chives, and my other tree collards. And this one's out in the sun. It's living good, but the sun is burning it up because this weather don't know what it wants to do. It's 80 degrees one day and it's 93 the next. It's supposed to be 93 today. It was 93 yesterday. There's Lucky. He says, I like to hang out in the garden. And these are two pepper plants, jalapenos. They got jalapenos on them. I got another volunteer tomato plant. I don't know what that is. But it's got a big old bloom on it. It might be a big old tomato. I don't know. Have to wait and see. But it's growing out here toward the sun. And I harvested my arugula, so it's starting to come back out again. I picked a big mess of beans the other day, and I think my beans are gone for the year. But I've got some on there drying to get seeds. There's several of them hanging here drying. And I got a melon that came up. And it's putting out melons. Yeah, and this is a melon vine over here. And my tree collard. See where I broke the leaves off the bottom, how it's putting out new leaves all up the stalk? And my Ponderosa pink tomatoes. I got a tomato up there. I'm not sure I'm showing it to you, but it's right there. And I got more blooms, so, it should put out quite a few tomatoes. Because I got 3 or 4 plants of them here. Yeah, I got two of them here. Ponderosa pinks. And I've never grown them before, so and look at all the blooms. I'm anxious to see them ripen. My onions. And I wish they'd quit playing that Mexican music. I can't video, I can't do anything for the music. More bell peppers, y'all. My walking onions. My other tomatoes here. See, they get more sun, so a lot of the leaves are burning up. I don't know if it'll produce any more tomatoes or not. Well, yeah, it will, because look at there. There's a couple of them right there. My eggplant. I just picked 2 more eggplant yesterday. I haven't cooked them yet. Eggplant bush there. That one's not quite ready to pick, but will be soon. Tomatoes. Bell pepper. More bell pepper. Jalapeno. Bell peppers over there. And my tomatoes here. Got jalapenos growing between my tomatoes. They got blooms, so they should put out more tomatoes. We'll see. My walking onions that I planted this year. Look at here. My bell pepper. That's a pretty good sized bell pepper. There's several more in there. And see, I got to get out here this afternoon and do something to this. Because I'm going to start planting my collards in here. And I moved those buckets temporarily, but I'm going to put them back and put dirt in them, get them ready to plant. And there's my cucumber vine. And I saw cucumbers on it the other day. Yeah. Look at here. Right down in there. Little cucumber. And that's a volunteer plant out of the compost. And this hot pepper plant is full of peppers. Got a big old bell pepper on it too. Look at that. And I gotta watch these because they get so tall and they're all bell peppers. They'll fall over. Just like this one's doing. I had to prop it up on this stake. Got those bugs on them. I gotta spray these pepper plants too. They don't really like the hot peppers, but those bugs will get on the, there's no pepper on it. I might have picked the pepper that was on there already. There's my hostas. I just hope they make it this year. My potato plants, sweet potatoes. One over there. And this one here. Like I said, I've never grown sweet potatoes before. I don't know if they're going to do anything in a pot. Look at that vine. And I came out here and broke them the other day because they were getting so long. But they're back all over the ground again. I tell you, these little buddies, they stay right with me. They stay right with me. I mean, look at the vines. And I come back, I cut them the other day. And they're already down on the ground again. And there's my caladiums. My Halloween arrangement that I made for the table. My caladiums out there are looking good. I only had 4 or 5 that I planted out there because I wasn't sure they're going to make it. The ones that are back here in the shade look good, but the ones that get a lot of sun in the front don't. So, my hollyhocks. They're not looking too good because they've quit blooming. I don't know if they'll bloom anymore. But this change in the weather has really zapped them. My clematis up here is blooming. I've got the purple and the lavender. Clematis there. I mean a caladium. Peppermint didn't look so good this year for some reason. And I haven't seen a red one. You know, I put the red clematis seed in this pot. And I thought a bunch of it came up. And I've got clematis vines growing up here. But I haven't seen any red ones yet. So we'll see. And the cooler nights are getting to these caladiums. They like hot weather, but they like shade. So I need to trim some of that up. I got that cucumber vine there has had it. But I got peppers on there. And that's a giant, that was the one I got my first great big bell peppers off of, remember? I think I picked 1 or 2 more since. Doesn't have any on it right now. But I got pepper plant. Perpetual spinach that I need to harvest. Peppers over here. This one's got peppers. Look at that. That's a pretty good sized bell pepper right there. I got tomatoes in here. I got a red or orange, I don't know, bell pepper, or no, that's a hot pepper. That's one of the hot peppers up in there. I think those are the, what do they call them? I can't think of the name of them. There's several different names for the big, bulky looking hot peppers. And that's one of them because I planted several different ones of the bigger peppers that are hot. And there's a tomato there. And see, here's one here. That's a hot pepper, but I can't remember the name of it. You probably know. My viewers watching know what kind of pepper it is. It just slipped my mind. There's another one in there. Pretty good size. And look at this. Isn't that pretty? I got purple, lavender, kind of a pink looking color. I've got 3 or 4 different color clematis vines growing up over this trellis. But they need more dirt to the pots, or not really dirt, they need compost. Clematis there, man, that's getting really big. It's bigger than any of them. My pepper plants along here have gotten pretty big. And look at my basil. Remember we cut it back all the way to the pot? And now look at it. It's about 4 feet, going on 5 foot tall there. And I need to harvest some and cook it. And I got an orange bell pepper. Caladium in the pot with some, not mandevilla. Yeah, it's a mandevilla, a yellow one. Pepper plants all in here, bell pepper. Another one up there. Yeah, I got bell pepper everywhere. It's either bell pepper or jalapenos or habaneros, all different kinds of peppers. And look at this. I'm going to have to tie this up. It's got 3 peppers and they're getting big. So it's going to weight that down. So I'm going to have to stake that up or it'll just tumble over. It may break off if I don't tie it up. More walking onions. More peppers. See, and these are growing out of my cinder blocks. And they're getting full of bell peppers. Bell peppers, jalapenos. Tomato plants are just going crazy. That needs to get up there. I'm sorry. I pushed the camera right into the bushes. But I lifted this tomato plant up because it was pulling this pepper plant down that's full of peppers. Look at it. It's full of jalapenos. Full of jalapenos. And this one's getting a bunch of bell peppers on it. They're not big yet, but they're getting there. There's a jalapeno plant in there too, see? That's a jalapeno there. And see the way this one has just fell over? It grew that way and I can't stake it up because I'll break it if I pull it up straight. There's more jalapenos. I got jalapenos and bell peppers planted together, look. And there's a big old bell pepper. That's higher than my head. It's got 5 bell pepper, 6 bell pepper at the top of the plant, and it makes it top heavy. And then I got couple of them over here on this limb. So I'll have to put a garden stake up through there, I think. Yeah, I'm going to come out here probably this afternoon and start working on these buckets. And I'll video it if I do, because it's got to be done or I'll have nowhere to transplant my collards to. Look. I guess they're protesting. They're playing that loud music, knowing I do my videos. And I can't get monetized if they hear the music in the video. And see there's a grasshopper down in there. Look right there. There's a grasshopper in there. He eats the plants. Just got him out. But I've got to get the pepper spray and spray all my greens. And I'm going to do that probably as soon as I finish the video. I still got some pepper spray left. But look at that. Bell pepper on these, and I planted them here just to have something that would live and look halfway decent. And I'm getting bell pepper out of it. Look. My moonflowers are about had it for this year. They're still blooming though. But that morning glory's just weighted them down, and I've tried my best to pull that morning glory out. It's impossible. Half the time it breaks off, and when it breaks off it just makes it even thicker. So I don't know what it's going to look like next year. I got peppers out here. These are jalapenos. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to have to end up cutting my tree down. But here's red bell peppers. See, they're turning red. I planted orange, yellow, red, and green bell pepper. So this is the red bell pepper. And it's full of peppers, y'all. It is full of peppers. They might not get very big in this little pot out here because it's probably not rich enough. But they're certainly producing a lot of them. My mums here that my anonymous subscriber had sent me last year, they're still living, and I hope they'll come back next year. I got a jalapeno plant here. Rose bush that's still surviving. Bell peppers, or hot peppers, or Hungarian peppers, I don't know which. And I've got 4 o'clocks down in there. 4 o'clocks there. I had a rose bush there, but it died. You know, I put one of those rooted ones there, but it didn't survive. The rose bush here survived with my pepper plant. And all I had left in this hole is zinnias and a moonflower plant that came up. That was a stray. Got zinnias and pepper plants here. The rose bush died, so I replaced it with 4 o'clocks, zinnias, and pepper plants. And I don't even know what type of pepper that is, but it's a pepper. Oh, it's a jalapeno, looks like. There's one right there. The rose bush there, it's barely green. The top of it's all brown, but the bottom is green. So I don't know if it'll come back from the roots or not. Lucky, I'm going to step on you. Look at him. I can't move my feet without hitting him or stepping on him. And there I got zinnias. And I had a melon plant, but it's just too much in the sun for it to grow and do anything. So I'm going to just maybe put peppers in there next year, or just flowers. Yeah, and I got to burn my pile of stuff. I got 2 piles. I didn't want it piled up too high because, you know, I didn't want the fire too big. It's going to be bigger than I really want it now, so. Look at him. Every step I take, he's right there at my feet. Yeah. He goes in and out of my feet while I'm, look at Lucky, I can't walk. I can't walk if you don't move around away from my feet. Look at him. He's gonna walk right between my feet. And there goes some more jalapenos. And they got a couple more pepper plants here, but I don't know what they are. I've got too many in there. There's like 4 or 5. I need to pull them out and transplant them somewhere. My aloe vera is still living. My mums that we transplanted here is looking good. I got, looks like cilantro coming up there. Whew. And my bird bath's not running right now because it's not in the sun. The sun will hit it later this afternoon and it'll run good. He sees the crickets and the grasshoppers. He goes after them. He'll either play with them or he'll chase them around till he chases them off. And there's all the okra that I put there to dry for seed. I'm going to have enough seed for okra, aren't I? And there's this aloe vera. And there is this moss stuff that has, it's fixing to bloom. It's got little flower buds on it everywhere. I don't know if it gets enough sun over here. I really don't. Well, I guess that's about it for the, and I think my hummingbirds are gone. It's starting to get a little cool at night. Or like in the 60s, 65, 70 range. So I haven't seen many hummingbirds lately. So they may have already flown south. They pretty much fed on that one feeder. But I filled one up the other day, or just put it half full. I didn't fill it up. And they've been working at it like crazy. But I haven't actually seen them, so I don't know if they're still here or not. Well, with that, where'd Lucky go? I guess the little buddy's on the other side of the house. With that, I guess me and my fur babies are going to bid you a good day. Y'all please like, share, subscribe to my videos if you haven't already. And I'll see you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye now.